Good morning, everyone. I'm getting ready to cut some serpentine. It's beautiful rock. Look at this gorgeous piece. So I'm gonna make some little type, I don't know, shards for necklaces. And this is the big serpentine rock. This is high-end serpentine. Good morning. You might want to adjust your sound because I'm going to turn my saw on. I try not to turn it up all the way, but this is actually a pretty good rock to cut. I'm surprised that it's not, it's a pretty heavy duty rock, so I'm surprised. Like tiger eye is the worst. You'll tear up so many saw blades with that. So good morning. It's me, Tammy, with Rock Studio. And I'm going to be cutting rocks because that's what I love to do. I also opened a Shopify account, which I think merges with my TikTok if I did it correctly. Anyway, so I'm working on that, getting everything loaded up. Anyway, look at this little piece here. Isn't that gorgeous? A gorgeous turquoise. Look how pretty that is. Oh my gosh. Now, see, here's where I have a problem. If I put this on a cabochon tray, which side am I going to cover up? I don't want to cover up any of it because it's beautiful on both sides. Look at that. Gorgeous. Anyway, so that's what I'm doing today. It's a rock cutting day. I'm also getting organized around my station here, my workshop. I had to put kind of a wall up, a partition, because I was getting a little dusty on the other side. So this is pretty cool. So I'm not sure if I want to shave this off or not. I think I'm just gonna kind of clean it up around the edges. Good morning. And that's what I'm gonna do. I love putting everything on a pendant, you know, put it on a cord, put a rock on a cord. How cool is that? But look at that turquoise. You don't want to interrupt that. So that's why I'm not going to make this much smaller than what it is, because how can you just cut into that gorgeous beauty? Rough on one side, smooth on the other. All right, so here's my serpentine once again. This is Tammy with Rock Studio. I'm going to start cutting a few slabs off of this, and then I'm going to go over to my sander buffer and try to make something cool out of it. All right. This is a high-end piece of serpentine that I bought. Big old chunk of rock. Good morning. Ooh. This is what I love to do. Look how pretty that is. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Isn't that beautiful? Loving it. Loving it, loving it. So I'm going to make a couple shards here. You know, just kind of put the rope on it. Me and my rocks, I swear. I mean, how simple is that to put a rock on a cord, right? You don't have to worry about it getting tarnished or ruined. If you go to the beach or go swimming with your rock on, who cares, right? It's like, it's a rock. Anyway, look at that beautiful serpentine. Woo! Holy Jesus. I don't even know what I'm going to do with that one. That'd be cool. Clean it up around the edges. Just have this giant slab hanging from your neck. Oh my God. I don't know if y'all saw this, but look at this pretty piece of turquoise I cut this morning. This is what I'm saying. I have such a hard time putting it on a cabochon tray, right? It's like, okay, it's cute, but what side would you actually cover up? I mean, look at the veins in that thing, the little matrix. How cool is that? Hi, everybody. I am Rock Studio. I love cutting rocks. This is what I get into. But look at that. I don't want to tear that up. So what I'm probably going to do is just clean up the rough edges around it. And somehow, God, I just don't want to destroy this. This is too beautiful. Look at that. Gorgeous, gorgeous piece. And here's another little slab that came off. So here's the rough side. Oh my God, look at that. Come on, y'all, give me some hearts on this turquoise. This stuff is gorgeous. See, this is why you should buy your turquoise from me, because you know it's fresh cut. And you know you're getting it from Arizona, because that's where I shop. I got fuzzies all over me. Look at that. Oh my God. This one, I think I'm going to clean it up, sand a little bit of the roughness off, and then I'm serious. I'm just going to put this on a cord. I can't destroy this rock just to put it on a, you know, a tray. Can't do it. Look at this piece, serpentine. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Now this is going to go on this cabochon tray. So that piece I will do. But it's really hard to destroy turquoise like that. I have so many pieces of turquoise. Look at this. Just little pieces, you know. They're absolutely gorgeous. Look at that. And that's the thing I try to explain to people. It's like, why are your rocks, good morning everybody, why are your rocks so odd looking? But how are you supposed to chop into that? Because when you look at these rocks, the veins are running like this. So, I mean, what are you supposed to do? It's really difficult to tear up a rock. So, that's why my stuff looks odd. So, same thing with this one. I cut into this, so what happens? I mean, how do I clean this up is the question without taking off all that blue. It looked like somebody got a blue highlighter and colored this rock. So they're really pretty no matter what you do with them. But anyway, I'm going to cut a few more slabs of this. If it's too loud, just turn down the volume. I'm working out of a condo here. I used to have a house until we moved to the East Coast. So nobody's around. So it's time to cut rocks. you never want to have a conversation with somebody while you're cutting a rock, right? Woo, look at the inside of this rock. The deeper it goes, the prettier it gets. Good grief. Look at this. Ugh. Goodness gracious. Serpentine, high-end serpentine. I love this rock. Love it, love it. So pretty. Anyway, I'm going to continue. I don't know if y'all want to stick around, but there's so many different rocks that I order. I've got some Amazonite here. It's really pretty. Look how pretty that is. And it's got a lot of the little tourmaline in it, if you could see that. Pretty cool, huh? Now this one, I think the tourmaline likes to shatter off of there. Hi everybody, thank you for joining. We're cutting serpentine. That's what I love to do, is cut rocks. It's like, you know, I don't want to watch TV, I want to cut rocks, right? Let's see how this cuts. Sometimes it's loud, just turn it down. Pretty. That's a pretty rock. Look at that. With the tourmaline on it. So see, I would have to put some epoxy on that because I don't want to lose it. I feel like it's going to flake off of there. Yeah! But super pretty rock. Let me grab something else. Don't go away. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, we gotta, see, I got a whole bag of these things. Woo! Amazonite, Brazilian Amazonite. Sorry about that. It's pretty. Some are more blue than others. This one has a lot of the black tourmaline all over it. That's really pretty. So I'm not sure if I cut into that. Let's see. Ooh, look at that on the outside. Holy moly, that's gorgeous. I'm just gonna cut it to see what happens. Why not? Why not? Oh, I hate cutting into this stuff sometimes. I don't like it. Killing my ears. Put it on a higher speed. Alright, always turn the saw blade off first before you grab the rock. Okay, well that's not bad. Look how cute that is. So maybe, you know, I'm going to drown this in epoxy, right? It's like, I don't want to lose it. I don't want to lose it. But that's really pretty, though. If I could just kind of save that, drowned it in a little epoxy. Got the black tourmaline, Brazilian Amazonite. Look how pretty. So we're going to set that aside. Not bad. Not bad for the first cut. Okay. All right. So we've got our serpentine here. Ta-da! We've got some baby blue turquoise. I also have some a green opal. This reminds me of a candy apple. I made one necklace out of this, and it was so pretty. Let me try it. You can always tell that the saw gets a little rough when you're hitting something really hard inside the rock. Some of these are not smooth. Trust me, my tiger eye pieces, these are tumbled, but my tiger eye, whoo, it will tear a saw blade up, because you know it's all iron, right? Iron. All right. Cool. So the inside of this looks like it's got a little bit of brown with black spots in there. That's kind of cool looking. Let's finish slicing it. Put that smaller piece aside because we're not going to use that right now. That last little part. So this is a pretty piece right here. Really pretty. So just clean up the sides. Look how pretty. Green candy apple, green opal. Love that rock. Super pretty. All right. Of course you got to buff all those saw blades off of there. I know I have a bag of Larimar. Larimar, my worst enemy, but I love the rock. It's so beautiful. There's one beautiful piece online if y'all want to get it. It's got sterling wrapped around it. It's super pretty. Let's slice this baby open. I'm like, go get a rock outside and I'll slice it open for you. There we go. This is going to fall apart. I know it. I can tell. Y'all could see that, but one chunk came off already, so this little piece fell off in the process of cutting it. So I got two little pieces right here, two little nuggets, and of course here's the rough side and here's the gorgeous inside of that. So to me this would be really pretty, just leaving it just like this, with the rough edges and maybe coming across on the outside here and trying to find a little bit cut away with the sander to find some more of that blue. But look at that. Woo-wee. That is gorgeous. Gorgeous. I love the rough. It's so pretty. It's got some red, black, brown, rusty tones in it. Super gorgeous. Hi, everybody. I'm Tammy, and I love cutting rocks. Oh, that's right. You won't find me. If I'm near the water, I want a paddleboard, or at least be on the water. If I'm in the mountains, I've got rocks around me or a creek bed. And if I'm at home and I'm bored, I'm cutting rocks. Don't you love just like splicing these things open just to see what's in it? That's what's so cool about it. You never know what's inside until you crack it open. So here's a piece of Larimar. I just washed some of the dirt off of it. Look at that. The only problem is this reminds me, the texture of the Larimar reminds me of oyster shell. So if you cut it wrong or just, no. Anyway, it's a beautiful rock. Let's cut it open. If you suddenly see me throw my hands back and drop the rock, it's because I think I'm going to get cut. I wish y'all could have seen the other side. I keep putting it, this was just crumbling into pieces here. Look at that. It was just crumbling. So here my finger is, I'm watching the blade underneath the rock. Boy, when I first started this a while back, I'm like, just slicing away. I never thought about the blade actually coming up under the rock. Duh. Anyway, look at this beautiful piece here. Ooh, look at that. Larimar, Larimar. Once again, I use the UV rays safe epoxy for food safe epoxy. It's all in one. Food safe, jewelry safe epoxy. So, you know, if you have any allergies to that, don't wear it. But I do, literally, I will soak it in the epoxy so that it absorbs on the inside. Because if you accidentally drop this after buying it from me, I want it to last. You know, we all have our oopsie days, right? Like, God dang it, I got the dropsies today. So I want it to last, you know, but it is Larimar. It's a really beautiful piece, though. Look at that. Ooh, gorgeous. So, and look at this. Here is the other piece. Look at that. Now I have to clean up the saw blade mark on it. But look at that. Is that a saw blade mark? No. Oh, shucks. That's just part of the rock. But look at this rough on the outside. That would be beautiful to me to actually just save that and don't do anything with it, right? Let that be the area, you know, where I put the, or maybe at the top, where I put the bale. But look how pretty. Ooh, cutting rocks, baby. Cutting rocks. So this is gorgeous Larimar. We got some pretty pieces here. I thought they were kind of small and they weren't going to be that great looking. So let's see. I ordered last night a round of Kingman turquoise and I can't wait. They only give me, you know, 4 or 5 chunks for my money. And it's a lot of money. So I'm just like, Now this here is a beautiful piece. Instead of cutting it on the saw, I might just sand it down to see what comes out of that. But see, I love that gorgeous red. It just reminds me of coral. Super pretty. It's so funny. I never really knew I had, this is so crazy. I whacked myself earlier. I never thought I had hair on my knuckles until I started this. When the water sprays out, I got hairy knuckles. Oh my God. But anyway, this is super pretty. Changing the subject. Gorgeous Larimar rock. And then we have our Brazilian Amazonite. So we're going to play with that today and try to get that cured. That's got the tourmaline all over it. So let's see what I can do with that. See, there's no way I'm going to put that on a cabochon tray. It's just going to fall apart. So I have to save that somehow. Then we have our candy apple opal. Pretty. And then we have some turquoise. Love my turquoise. You'll see a lot of that. I have a good supplier for the turquoise, so that's why I keep buying from her. So I love the family over in Nevada, the Ottoson family. Here's a beautiful chunk. So I love that family over there, and I will continue to buy Sacred White Buffalo from them. So here's my slab. I haven't even done anything with this yet. So I don't know. I have to be inspired. And the watch parts are pretty cool. Those watch parts I got from a guy on Amazon. He's a pretty cool guy. And he had some complaints that they weren't the parts that everybody wanted, but I absolutely made 3 necklaces with it. And I thought it was cool stuff. So I don't know. Let's see if we can slice. Here's another piece of a Larimar. This will be my last cut. Last cut. Ooh. Here's an apatite stone. I sliced that. So that's really pretty too. So I got a lot to work on for the next couple of days. So I kind of do my thing. I clean up my shop, reorganize everything because I don't like the way it looks. Oh my God. I got tons of bracelets too. Your stone bracelets. I closed up my shop to move to the East Coast. And I just have totes of this stuff. It's like, I got a lot of stuff. Anyway, I got to start bringing that out. Maybe we'll just like have a $10 sale on it or something. It doesn't matter what the stone was or what it cost. I think I'm just going to go with, hey, it's on there, buy it for 10 bucks. You know, maybe I'll put 50 quantity and for $10, you'll get what you get, right? It's going to be a surprise, but it will be gorgeous. I can tell you that. All right, last cut on the Larimar. Let's get it. Get it. Rock and roll. Hello, hello. It's hard to talk when you're sawing because I don't want to lose my finger live on TikTok, right? That would be bad. Uh, although you could call 911 for me. All right, so here's a nice pretty piece of Larimar. Hello, everybody. Look at that. Gorgeous. Thank you for joining. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate you. Really, I do. I appreciate all the love. Y'all can send me some hearts, you know. That's why all these lapidary people charge you so much money to make something. Because look how many hours it takes me just to do this. Hello, everybody. Yay! I am cutting rocks. It's what I love to do. So here's another piece of Larimar. Got a little chunk right here I got to cut off. But look how pretty. It's like a little slab. I bet there's some pretty stuff beyond that black right there, so I'm probably going to sand that down a little bit. Gorgeous. All right, I'm going to go. I've been on here too long. I got to saw this stuff. So not only did I cut the serpentine, I still got two really big rocks. And the Amazonite from Brazil with the tourmaline on it. And then our gorgeous turquoise. Ooh, let me show this one. Hold on. Look at that. Look at those gorgeous inclusions, everybody. Hello, everyone. Look at this. Gorgeous. Now remember, if you're buying something off of my website, it's real. Unless you see a goofy little pair of bunny earrings on there or something. Come on, we gotta have some fun stuff too. But Amazonite with the tourmaline. I think I'm just gonna kind of leave this as a chunk, you know, and just clean it around the sides. I don't want to cut too much into it. And of course, let's see. Here's another pretty piece. I love the matrix in there. This is all from Kingman, Arizona, for those that are just jumping on. Just really pretty pieces of Larimar. And that's it. And then I'm working on my tiger eye, so I have to sand this one. Just kind of buff it around the edges. I don't like it, so... You'll see me, I'll post something, and then I'm like, you know what, I don't like it. I got to change it. So, anyway, hold on one second. Here's my antique watch parts this morning. So, this is the last of 3 necklaces that I'm going to make. They're pretty cool. These are antique watch parts. I thought that was a cool idea. I'm like really into watches anyway. And I had a couple of things that were more decorative that were in my shop that I bought from another company. But these are really cool. I like making my own stuff. So that's it. All right, y'all have a fantastic day. Follow me so you can see more cool stuff. Bye.